Hey guys, this is Paul Lozick. It's August the 15th. Just going to bring you a brief update on some different thoughts about Venezuela. As Christians, we all know what's going on around us in the world, and we've all seen some of the crazy stuff that's going on that seems almost unthinkable. But I'm going to bring to you this verse this morning because it applies to what we see in our own nation and what we see also going on in Venezuela. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. This is Ephesians 6:10 through 13. The Venezuelan government has done everything possible to be able to withstand the will of the people. This is a video prior to the election on August the 4th of people who were living in Colombia who were blocked from coming in to vote in Venezuela. This is people in boats by the hundreds coming across Lake Maracaibo back into Venezuela to vote. In spite of an overwhelming victory by this candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez, and his supporter, Maria Corina Machado, the government just declared the day after the election that Maduro, who only got 30% of the vote, was going to be again the president of Venezuela. So I just want to remind all of us that there is a battle going on in Venezuela where God has put our hearts and where we have spent 12 years of our lives, and where we are still actively working with many people, that there is an incredible battle going on for our hearts and for the hearts and minds and souls of people. And so I want to remind all of us to keep praying for Venezuela. So this is what happened after Maduro declared himself again to be president. Taking place in Caracas, Venezuela. Watch this one.
Vean el gentío que hay. Vean esto, vean cómo está la marcha y vean cómo viene la represión. Allá vienen, allá arriba. Miren cómo caen las bombas a la gente.
So this is what happens when wickedness, evil, darkness is allowed to just do its thing. We, the church, we have been called to pray. We have been called to act. We have been called to do everything possible we can in the power of God to resist and to help those who are helpless. And so this is the message that I have for you guys today. Please don't give up on praying for Venezuela. There's still a tremendous amount going on. We heard yesterday that the government officials kicked down the doors of the opposition leaders' homes, drug people away, killed a lot of pets and animals that were belonging to these people, destroyed property, drug people away to unknown places to be, we don't know what. This is going on. And it is up to us, I believe, to intercede on their behalf. And so I'm asking you to pray, and I'm asking you to stand against these powers, these principalities that are invisible, against these rulers of the darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. And we see it active in our own country, in Washington, D.C., and around the country. So don't stop, guys. Let's get stronger, all right? So I'm going to just follow up with a couple of other things here. This is Jose Angel. What Genesis is doing right now in Venezuela is we are actively working with a number of churches to help them with water. Water is the big problem in most of Venezuela right now. I don't know if you can imagine what it's like to be without water for one day, much less for weeks or months. And so we're helping a number of churches who are working with children and working with some of the most helpless to get them access to good water. So Jose Angel is actually working to perforate and to drill water wells and to help these people get water. This is part of the team that we're working with right now. They're just young men who are volunteering, and you guys help keep this whole thing afloat. They're actually doing this well by hand.
No, yo tengo la mano que usted se está poniendo ahí. Pero vamos bien. Estamos bien. ¿Qué dice tu corazón, varón?
So the more wells that we are doing, and the more we're helping people find water, the more people ask us to help us, or to help them, I'm sorry. And so I need you to help keep Jose Angel in prayer, because he is in big demand. And we are stretched, believe me, to be able to go and do these different jobs for people, because out on the streets right now, everything is very tense. Francelis on the island of Margarita told me they've knocked on his door and threatened him and his family. We have other reports from around Venezuela of what the government is doing to actually bring fear into the lives of a lot of people. So help us to pray that these guys who are doing the work will be able to do so without opposition, because the need is great. I want to talk to you briefly about Sara, who's sitting down here. This is Jose Angel's friend and possibly fiancé. We've been talking about that. She is involved with some Christian churches in Venezuela in various states that are within 2-3 hours drive of the camp where we are working. And she and her friends, volunteers, are highly active in rescue missions for children. And so this is a very, very difficult job, because there's no way to contact these children. There's no way to really be in touch with them all the time. You have to go there, spread the word. These children will show up, and then you can basically organize them and help feed them, and then talk to them about Jesus. So she, right now, this is a short video that was put together about some of the work that was done with some groups that are coming to the camp and learning how to do things for survival. So that video was all about training young people to be able to work in the different areas where they live, to show other people how to prepare the soil, how to create raised gardens, how to produce food for themselves. Because this is some of the really rubber meets the road problems that everyone's facing, is food and water. And so here's one of the groups that they're dealing with. They've got these teachers from Caracas who will go places like San Juan de los Morros and others, and they will work with these kids maybe twice a month, 3 times a month, to share with them Jesus Christ, but also to help them with food and clothing and other things. And so what's happening now is they're preparing for 2 vacation Bible school events that will be 5 days long each in 2 different areas, 2 different states actually. And so this is one of the groups that they've been working with that we brought to the camp actually. And these kind of celebrations for the kids are huge because oftentimes they are living on the streets and just don't have anybody that actually shows them any love or affection. These are just some of the kids. This is one of our volunteers. She's very young, and now she needs a gallbladder surgery, and it's urgent. And so this is the kind of stuff that we're involved in, is basically helping to support situations like this going on in Venezuela. And we learn about them through Sara and through Jose Angel and through the churches that we work with. And there's not a lot of help going on in Venezuela for these people. So you are, in many senses, the only help that these people might be getting. So thank you for that. So this is the last slide here. We've got this Vacation Bible School is going to start on the 26th through the 30th of August. It's going to be in San Juan de los Morros. They're expecting to reach up to 150 children and their parents. They are asking for help. We are some of the support, but they're also looking for support from other churches and other organizations. So this is one of them. They've got another one going on where they're expecting to reach up to 200 children. So we're talking feeding and transportation and all the bits and pieces that go into a vacation Bible school. So I just want you to know that you have been key to help us help them. And so we just want to thank you and ask you to continue to pray. Don't forget about Venezuela. It is a place that is not accessible to us right now or to others physically, but we can make a difference there. So thank you. God bless you guys. And don't stop praying.